What's up YouTube, it's Kira here and we are back with another video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Kirarai, and if you're returning, then welcome back. We have a lot to talk about in this video, so before we get into it, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscription button down below and hit that notification bell as well if you want to be notified immediately when I post a new video. All right, y'all, let's get into it. In my last Get Ready With Me, I was mentioning like entering my selfish era and like wanting more for myself, you know, giving myself the opportunity to really experience life. If you guys have been watching me consistently, you know that I'm a dancer, or if you just browse my page, you know, at a quick glimpse, you know that I'm a dancer. I've been dancing pretty much literally like all of my life, and I've entered into a period where I'm kind of just like, ooh, I'm not sure I want to do this anymore. That has been really scary to navigate. I feel like there are so many things about the dance world that I'm not only knowledgeable about, and it sometimes feels like I'm giving those things up, being selfish about it, but there are also things about the dance world that I just don't like. And I'm not really sure I want to be a part of it anymore, but I know I have this gift, you know, I know that I have, you know, I've been blessed with this amazing talent that has benefited me in so much of my life and has allowed me to grow and everything. And so dealing with, you know, possibly shifting out of this field or shifting out of working towards dancing professionally has been really difficult. It all really started with burnout, and that's kind of like the first topic that I wanted to speak about. Burnout, dancers burnout is a real, it's an extreme. It's an extreme, and I feel like it's something that's not talked about that often in the dance world. Like, yes, it's mentioned like briefly, like people say, oh yeah, if you get burnt out, like make sure you're just like taking time for yourself and whatever. But I feel like it's just all really surface level. I really want us to start talking about like the actual emotions that come along with dealing with burnout and what that inner struggle is like, you know, trying to either refine your love for dance, or what the inner struggle is like if you choose to move away from it, you know, if you never refine that love. I feel like that's a space that I'm navigating in. Just a little backstory so you guys understand, I guess, like how I got burnt out. I have been dancing all my life. I started dancing at the age of 3 and started doing like after school programs when I was in pre-K, but a lot of my training came from that, but also doing praise dance. Couldn't afford to like go to, you know, the fancy dance studios and stuff because baby, it was expensive. Ain't nobody got time spending, oh my gosh, how much was it? Like $300 something for like these really nice studios. Like, no. With that being said, I got all of my training within the church. You know, I was so blessed to have mentors and, you know, people that were part of my family that were dancers that were willing to take me under their wing and like, you know, help me to grow my skill and technique and all that stuff. Yeah, I eventually went to a middle school performing arts school, and then I also went to a high school for the performing arts, all of this in Houston. And it was great. Like, there was like this time of my life, I was so just motivated to dance. Like, it really was something that made me so happy, you know, like I always looked forward to going to dance class, you know, going to praise dance practice, because it was something that I was good at. Like, I struggled a lot with insecurities when I was younger, and you know, dance really was that one thing that I was like, oh my gosh, like I am not insecure in this at all. Like, this is my thing, you know, I can do it. And I knew that nobody could tell me any different, you know, and it's fun. It feels good when you like can be really confident about something, especially when you're not confident about the other areas of your life. And so yeah, I went to a middle and performing arts school, and then I got my BFA in modern dance from TCU. And this is when the burnout comes in, okay? I don't know what it is about studying dance in academia that just like completely burnt me out, but y'all, come my junior year, I was just like, I had no motivation. I did not want to do it anymore. Like, I noticed that I wasn't getting, you know, nervous for performances, like, and even after performances, I was like, you know, I felt like I didn't do anything. I felt like I didn't accomplish anything. And this is when I really started begin to question my relationship with dance. I also was dealing with a lot of like mental health things and needed to take some time to like step back from it and just focus on me, focus on healing me and everything. feeling. And like I said, yeah, I started to question my relationship with dance in this time because it was the first time that I realized it wasn't making me happy, you know, like it no longer was an outlet for me to express my emotions. And during this time, I not only started to loving myself more because I paid more attention to myself, but I also started growing my relationship with God during this time. And I noticed that I felt like in some ways, like dance was something that I idolized maybe. And so now that I have, you know, in this period when I did start focusing more on God, I've started to realize that I didn't need dance as much, you know, to heal me. Like God was someone that God was and will always be the only thing that can heal me when I'm dealing with certain emotions. Anyway, yeah, like I said, during this time, I was just, you know, I started to pull back. And so yeah, by the time my senior year of college came, I was pretty much just like, I'm not sure I want to do this anymore. Not just because, you know, I, you know, say grew my relationship with God or I was dealing with mental health issues, but also like I was just tired. Like when you do something for 18 years of my life by then, it gets pretty exhausting. Also, as a Black dancer, as a dancer of color, y'all, you kind of get tired of like dancing with white people too. Like I'm just gonna put it out there. It just, when you constantly show up every single day and you're the only one that looks like you in the room, or there's like what, 2 or 3 of you, like you can get really discouraged in that. And every day I felt like it was a fight. And this is not just, you know, this isn't because of TCU. Like I loved going to the school, but just in the dance world in general, it just felt like a fight. And I'm honestly kind of just tired of fighting. Like I'm tired of showing up, not just to prove myself as an artist, but trying to prove myself as a Black artist. Like it just got exhausting. And I think I've come to the point where I'm just kind of like, I don't have to fight if I don't want to, you know, like I don't have to keep doing this if I don't want to. And even though it's been really scary, it's also been really nice because I've been able to tap into other things. You know, I've been able to recognize that there's so much more potential inside of me and so many things that I am capable of doing than just, you know, like doing a plie or doing pirouettes or, you know, going to rehearsal constantly to get ready for a concert that's gonna last for like a weekend or maybe 2 or 3. So yeah, now I have come to this place of what does it mean to leave the dance world? And what does it look like? You know, what does that look like in my life? I personally have been dealing with thoughts like, okay, if I choose to stop working towards a professional career in dance, does that mean I have to stop dancing, you know, in its entirety? You know, does that mean I can never ever take class again? Like it always feels like it's an absolute, like it's either this or that. And if you choose to stop, then you can't really do anything else. Like, baby, that's that dancer's guilt. And we gonna talk about that in another video. That's the space that I've been navigating in right now. But you know, I will say coming to Columbia has really helped. It's given me like a starting point, I guess. I think if I had this realization right after I graduated and didn't go to grad school, then I would have been at home just like stuck, you know, having like a mid-early life crisis and just been completely lost. And being here, I have already begun to learn so much more about myself and so much more that I am capable of. Whatever my life turns into as I'm navigating all of this, like I would love to do something along the lines of like motivating artists, motivating dancers to understand that whether they are reaching towards a professional career in dance or, you know, wanting to leave the dance world or just wanting to do whatever it is they want to do, I kind of want to, you know, speak to them and let them know that you don't have to give up or sacrifice any part of the potential inside of you just so you can have a career in ... I feel like in many ways, you know, and I can go into this later in like another video, but I feel like in many ways, in order for me, I'm not speaking for all dancers, I'm speaking for me, just letting you guys know. But I feel like in many ways, like sometimes I felt like I had to actually sacrifice the other interests that I had, or lower, even sometimes like lower the potential, you know, the fire that was building inside of me just so I could have a career, you know, in dance. Because the thing about the dance world, I personally feel like you can have so much confidence in yourself. You can be radiating, you know, be beaming confidence in the room. But at the end of the day, it's always about trying to prove yourself to the person in front of the room. And I just didn't really like that, because I just feel like, you know, I'm now having to say I get into the company or I get the job or whatever. Like, I feel like, you know, I'm not able to fully express myself in certain ways because now I'm fearful that I'm gonna get fired. Because the dance world be like that. And, you know, there are really good companies out there, but there are also like some out there that, you know, they'll flat out just like fire you for certain things. And I just, you know, like I said, I didn't really want to deal with that. But as that relates to potential, I don't know, I felt like if I joined a company, like I would be shutting myself off, I guess, and neglecting all of the other interests I have just for the sake of dancing. And if it's one thing that I've come to learn, it's that just because you dance for the good company or you have these companies on your resume, it doesn't mean that you're gonna have a good experience. And I would rather not have the company on my resume than put myself in a toxic work or dance environment. And mind you, I know that I did not dance for a company. Like, I recognize that, you know, I can't really speak on behalf of companies and all that stuff. I'm not trying to do that anyway, but as a dancer, as someone that has been exposed to the dance world for 23 years of her life and has a lot of friends in companies, and, you know, I hear some of the stories, like, that's why I say it's not worth it. You know, I don't think it's worth, you know, risking your mental health just so you can say you have so-and-so on your resume, or you danced with so-and-so, or you collaborated with so-and-so. Because at the end of the day, I prioritize mental health and I prioritize individuals' health. And I think that's just so much important, especially considering just how physical dance is. You know, it's not something that we can separate ourselves from. Like, you can put down an instrument or you can put down your camera. It sticks with you, like, everywhere that you go. And so I kind of went on a small tangent there, but anyway, going back to my life right now and just being happy that I am at Columbia. You know, like I said earlier, it would be different if I had just, you know, went home and didn't have, you know, something to help me out in this whole like discovery and shifting kind of phase of my life. But being at this school, you know, and this doesn't just have to be, you know, it's not just about me being at this school. It's just, it could be any school, you know, it could be me having like any kind of job, you know, something outside of dance to show me that I can do more than dance. It's been really great discovering my potential. That has been so huge for me since I've moved up here. You know, there's so many things inside of me that I think I said this earlier again, that I feel like I neglected in a way just for the sake of dance. And so to finally be at this point where, you know, I'm putting dance on the back burner and I'm saying like, no, like I'm giving myself the opportunity to explore all things in life and, you know, not just dance. It's been so great, and I'm thankful to God, of course, but I'm thankful to this school and my professors and just all the people and all the opportunities that I've had while being here for showing me, you know, that there's more to me than just my body, how I dance, you know, how I plie, how many pirouettes that I can do. It's hard when for so long of your life you're judged by your movement, you're judged by something that is external. But I've just like, you know, like I also have a big heart. You know, I also have a lot of other passions. I'm also really smart. Like, there are other things that I wish people saw about me, but I feel like they didn't, because I would just kind of identify myself solely as a dancer and kind of dismiss the other skills, I guess, that I had in a way. I kind of came to a conclusion where I was like, okay, people will only like me if I can do 5 pirouettes, you know, or people can only like me if I'm a good dancer. And getting out of that mindset has been so healing. I think that's essentially what I'm trying to say. Acknowledging and fully embracing that there's more to me than just dance has been really great. So yeah, but I will say there is one downside to all of this. And that is, what's next? What is my life going to look like? I'm not aiming towards be a professional dancer anymore, even though that's what I've literally been working towards all my life. And I don't know what's next. And I was talking to Cav about this the other day. Like, it's really scary too, because it requires so much faith. You know, it requires me to literally be okay with walking blindly into this next season of my life. And like, that's scary because I'm walking away from something that was comfortable. You know, I'm walking away from something that I know can bring me money. I know that can partially satisfy me, you know, and I've kind of been in this headspace of like, Okay, Kira, would you rather be comfortable and slightly unhappy, or would you rather kind of put it all on the line and just kind of walk away from it and see if you'll be fully happy? Like, it's been weird. It's a weird space to navigate, but I will say I trust God, and even though it's scary, I'm gonna keep, you know, like doing the best that I can, you know, praying to him, trying to stay obedient, you know, and making sure that I don't miss a line, you know, from his path, making sure I'm doing the things that he wants me to do, because I think that obedience is very key in this season of my life. It's key in every season of your life. Let me just state that. But yeah, especially in this season, you know, because I do feel so fragile in a way, emotionally and sometimes mentally, because I just don't have a hold on my life. And I will say that's one thing God has taught me in all seasons of my life, is that I have a patience issue, and I have an issue with trying to like control my life. And he's like, guess what, girly? Now you have to really rely on me. You can't control anything because I'm calling you away from dance. And I'm like, okay, all right, Lord, all right. I'm like trying to be really careful putting on this mascara so I don't mess up the rest of my makeup. Also, this is like one of the best times I've done my makeup, and I'm like so proud of myself. Too bad I'm not going anywhere. Okay, she not looking bad. Let me put this lipstick on, y'all. By the way, do you guys see this? She is struggling. I am so sorry, Fenty girl. I've literally been having to use like the back of this lash curler to get my lipstick out, because, you know, I don't really have the funds right now to go get new lipstick. So, you know, we just make a way. We just make a way, because every drop counts. I literally think putting cocoa butter on my face before doing my makeup like literally changed the game. Like, do you guys see how smooth that looks? My makeup has never looked this smooth before. Hack. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. This is the finished look. Super simple, real cute. We ain't here to do nothing fancy, okay? No fancy eye tutorials, no blush hacks, none of that, okay? We're just here to chit chat and get cute. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you are a dancer and you have experienced burnout, or you have been, you know, dealing with thoughts of like navigating the dance world, like I'd love to hear from you. Or especially if you are an ex-dancer, you know, I'd love to hear about your thoughts of, you know, moving on from dance and, you know, what that process looked like. So yeah, feel free to drop that in the comments down below. More chit chat, get ready with me's are on the way, so be on the lookout for that. For now, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.